Some serious snow. Let's get over to meteorologist Gard, who's now a local girl. But you have some experience in this weather, Hannah, so you knew how to help Maddie out.
I know, and somehow I ended up in the snowstorm, even though I moved down here to the south, but I guess that's just the way it goes. But yes, waterproof, that is going to be the name of the game if you're going to be heading out there to celebrate the snow and enjoy it, because you can get out there and have some fun, especially if we're getting 5 to 8 inches of snowfall in this corridor that from Lafayette over through Hammond, Slidell, New Orleans. And Lafayette's already started to see that snow, and it's really picking up and accumulating. So that's just a little taste of what we're going to get later on, now that we're starting to really see those bigger snowflakes coming down. Now down to the south, even places like Homa, 4 to 6 inches of snow. That is half a foot of snowfall. This is more than most people have seen in their lifetime down here. We also could see 2 to 4 farther up here, so it's going to really quickly be a gradient of who sees higher snow totals farther up to the north, because that Arctic air that is coming down and kind of mixing in with the snowfall is dry. So there's a very tight gradient on what is dry and what has moisture down to the south. But that means the southern coastal areas, because you have that moisture in the cold air, could see 1 to 3 inches of snowfall accumulating. It will definitely be something to see. So looking at future radar and playing out the timing here, we're definitely seeing that wintry mix already beginning in places on the south shore. It's going to start off as wintry mix because our temperatures not quite below freezing, but the second that they fall below freezing, we'll start to see it transitioning to snow. So playing that farther out, we start to get more snowfall, widespread snowfall by around 9 to 10. Still seeing a little bit of a wintry mix down to the south. And what that means is what Maddie was kind of seeing earlier, which is little ice pellets mixed in with the flurries before you start to get those big snowflakes. And then snowfall for all as we get to the afternoon. And that's going to last for a pretty long stretch for here, guys. This is slow moving snow, so it's going to accumulate through the afternoon, especially when you start to see these darker purples. That's where you're seeing high snow rates, which is when you get really high accumulation in a short period of time. Once we get to about 5 or 6, things will start tapering off, especially for the northwestern areas that got to see the snow first. Then they'll start to see maybe even some sunshine right before the sun goes down. We'll have a little bit of cloud cover though, and then we're drying out, and we'll see those clouds heading out of here as well. So for the next 24 hours on the South Shore, if you're wanting to get out there and enjoy the snowfall, it is going to be below freezing. And look at the wind chills. That's the second number down there in blue, in the teens. It's going to be even colder in some areas to the north. That is dangerous cold, which means you could see hypothermia or frostbite. And we don't want you outside for extended periods in the wrong gear in that kind of weather. So just make sure you're bundling up correctly, that you have your hands and feet covered and warm, and don't stay out there for too long. Just keep checking in with yourself. Once we get to the evening, it starts to get really cold by tomorrow. But this is a look at Lafayette. We're seeing a lot of that snowfall accumulating. These are the roadways. You have those little ruts where people drive in, and that is usually a pretty good indicator of how many people are on the roadways and also how much snow we're getting. You can definitely tell that there's not a lot of people driving out there, which is great. We don't want people on the roads in this weather. This is incredibly dangerous conditions to be driving around in. So we are going to continue to see our conditions get similar to this. Looking at the cold weather alerts though, we have an extreme cold warning. So what does that mean? That's the pink, so whole area. Temperatures north of the lake, 14 degrees. 22 degrees down to the south with wind chills in single digits and teens. This is definitely dangerous cold that if you're exposed to for too long is going to be detrimental to your health. So make sure that you are bundling up, that you have a safe space to be inside. And if you're going to travel outside or be out in the snow, make sure that where you're going back inside is actually warm, because you need to warm back up. But Wednesday, this is the morning lows. We're looking at teens, low 20s, even south of the lake. That is a hard freeze, pipe freeze. So you want to drip the faucets. You don't have to do it all day today because its wind temperatures are below 26. A lot of us are not going to get there. North Shore, I would watch your temperatures though, because if you do see it fall to there, maybe periodically throughout the day when you're washing your hands and things, that's going to help. But by the evening, you need to drip the faucets. Then Thursday morning, we're still going to need to drip the faucets because that's another hard freeze. Between Wednesday and Thursday, We could get above freezing Wednesday afternoon, but it's not going to be for long. So if we see a lot of snow accumulation, we're not going to get much melting, and it will refreeze on Thursday morning because we're going to see well below freezing temperatures. So we're going to continue to see travel impacts through Wednesday and into Thursday. So be prepared for a couple of days of impact from this winter weather. So a reminder for those freeze preps, especially as we're starting to see that snowfall and temperatures plummeting, don't leave your pets outdoors in this. If you are going to be cold in this weather, your pets are going to be cold in this weather. Kelsey mentioned a lot of people already covered their plants, which is great. Do that before the snow continues,
Yes.
because then it's too late. And then pipes.
Yes.
You really want to make sure the pipes are wrapped and covered if you haven't done that already, and then drip those overnight tonight.
And then leave your cabinets, kitchen cabinets
Cabinets
open. Let the
open.
heat kind of keep those pipes warm.
Exactly.
All right, Hannah Gard, thank you so much. Let's get over to Christy Coleman to see what updated road closures you need to know about